Hey everybody, Mark V. Dubb with Gardening Gone Wild. Hey, I want to welcome you to the greenhouse. Now you're saying, Mark, where's the greenhouse? Well, I'm actually not in the greenhouse. I'm at the world headquarters of Little Giant Ladder Company out here in Utah. Yes, the world headquarters of the famous Little Giant Ladder. You know, the best ladder, best articulating ladder. That's what this is right here. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that have a Little Giant Ladder. The reason I know that is because for 10 years I used to sell this great ladder, and I know there's thousands of you that have them out there. And I just want to share just a brief video on how to maintain it, how to clean it, so that it slides and glides like it's supposed to, okay? You know, they always tell me that the Little Giant works great out of the box. You know it does. But there's a couple little tricks to this that will just help your operation just a little bit better, okay? Now the one that I have here, this is the Model 17. It's got the original lock tabs that you see right here. We've got another one over here, the Model 17 Little Giant with the rock locks. Awesome little upgrade. And then over here we've got one that has the rapid locks. Now that's rapid, not rabbit, okay? But what I want to do is I want to show you how to lubricate this, how to clean it, because it might be a little sticky for you in your use around your yard. Hey, and those of you that are going to build your greenhouse, guess what? This comes in really handy to get around your greenhouse, to repair some of your polycarbonate or your polyethylene, or maybe just to get the snow off the top of your greenhouse, okay? The thing I want to do is pull these little things here called lock tabs. We're going to pull them both out. It's going to allow me to just take that side of the ladder off, okay? They call this the outer channel. Going to do the same on the other side. Just kind of slide this off, and then we'll set that over here. Now I'm going to bring the little inner part of the Little Giant onto this carpet because I want to tell you one thing you want to be really careful with. The product that I'm going to clean and lubricate this with is called End Dust. Now, it's a furniture polish. It's not Pledge. It's not WD-40. It's not graphite. It's End Dust. Buy the yellow can. That seems to be the best. There's an orange can and a brown can. But over the years that Little Giant's been in business, as salesmen, we found that this was one of the nicer products that we use out there. And so you don't want to be spraying any part of this on your floor, like in your kitchen, in your shop, your garage, because what happens with that residue that's left over, gets all over the floor, turns into a nice little ice skating rink without the ice, okay? So I always like to have a rag, a couple of rags, or just an old carpet or rug right underneath the ladder, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray right down this part of the rail, top to the bottom, because it will rub against the inner part or the outer part of the channel there. So let's just start that right here, okay? So I don't want to spray too much, but I just want to be kind of right down like that. Okay, we're going to come down like this right here. Flip this over. Do the other side just the same way. Now also while you're spraying End Dust or working with End Dust, you want to be careful. Try not to get it on your clothes because it will be hard to get out in the wash, okay? Now another part I like to spray is my hinges. My push buttons here, I'll push them in so that they're engaged like that. Let me grab my rag so that I know that when I spray this, it's not going to go over on my floor. And I'm just going to go like this. Come on the other side, spray it like that, okay? Now, I'm going to leave this like this right here for a minute, okay? Then I'm going to grab my outer channels. This is the outer part of the Little Giant. Notice as it comes down here, it starts to flare out, okay? The only part that I'm going to spray is about right down to here where this cross member is with the End Dust. I don't want to spray down here because the ladder's not really sliding together, okay? So I'm going to spray this in here like this, come like that, spray it in there, and do the same thing just right here like this, okay? And I'm going to set that right here for a second and grab my other outer channel, okay? Again, I want to spray it right down in here and right down in here, okay? And we'll do the same thing right here and on the back side, okay? Again, only down to about this cross member where it starts to flare out. We'll set this one over here, set this one over here with that one. That way they can keep each other company. Now I'm going to get my rag, and it's good. Get one that you're not going to have to put through the wash, something that maybe you can just keep out in your shop or your garage, or maybe in the greenhouse, okay? And I like to have it so that it's single. It works better when it's single, not when it's doubled up. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this over here over the hinges, because over the hinges, when you open that up, and you close it and you open it up, the ends dust that you've sprayed in there is actually going to spit and sputter all over you, okay? So they're actually locked now. I'll take my rag and I'll just gently just wipe this down just like this right here, okay? Just like that. I'll come over here on this leg and do the same thing. Now you're going to say, Mark, how many times a year do we got to do this? I mean, we bought a little giant ladder. It's supposed to work great out of the box like you tell us. It does, but guess what? This just enhances the operation of your little giant, okay? Anything else, you know, if you're a woodworker, sometimes you like to use some materials to help your glides and slides and things on your table saws and whatnot, okay? I'm going to try to get in between. There might have been a little residue that went inside the inner channel, the inner part of the ladder here. Now the Little Giant ladder is the strongest, most versatile ladder in the world, made out of an aircraft grade aluminum. And that's what makes it so tough. A lot of other ladders that are out there tried to copy it, just haven't been able to meet the mark that the Little Giant offers to you. All right, now we got that one. Let's go ahead and use the same rag that we used on our inner part, and we're going to clean the outer channels like this. We're going to go down and in here. We're going to come like this and come along here. And you know what? You can take as long as you want. You don't have to be quick like me. I'm just trying to provide a nice little tutorial here for you. All right. And you'll notice by the color of the material that's coming off the aircraft aluminum, you're wondering, well, what is that? And, you know, really in the production of the ladder and sliding together back and forth, you're going to get a little bit of a aluminum rub together, and it's going to cause that right there, okay? Now, another place I want to spray before I put my dirty rag up is I want to spray right here on the lock tabs, okay? I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to wait until I get the ladder put back together. Okay, we'll show you that here in just a second. Now, as I take this, actually, you know what I need to do? I'm going to get my cleaner rag. I'm going to go over the inner and the outer parts of the ladder first. That just gives a little bit more of that waxy silicone residue from the end dust off, just so that it makes it nice and clean for me. And we'll come over here and do this. You know, over the years that I sold Little Giant ladder, I traveled this whole country. Great opportunity for me to get out and meet so many amazing people, to have so much fun. And I hope that everybody's still using their ladder and they don't have it stuck in the corner because they forgot how to use it. I think you can go on Little Giant website and look up a nice little instruction video that could refresh your memory. Especially some of you that are a little bit older like me, since I've sold the Little Giant ladder, right? All right, clean this out. You guys follow me okay? Good. Hang in there. All right, so let's put this over here, okay? Now, we're going to take this outer channel right here, and I'm going to kind of tip the ladder back. It's locked. You can see it's locked in the A-frame, and I'm going to kind of slide that out there like this. Put the outer channel on there, and I'm going to slide that up and down so we get this thing put back together. Now you may have a larger Little Giant. Shoot, I think they make the Model 17, Model 22, Model 26. And then of course they have definitely diversified into the ladder market and made some amazing products. Geez, if I had the money, I'd buy every one. Not that I'd use it or anything. Okay, now, end dust. What I want to do is get my rag, okay? And I want to take it and put it under my lock tabs like this. I want to spray it right in this part that's going to go in and out of that rung assembly, okay? And then I'm going to spray right here on the larger part that's going to actually go inside the inner rung that's going to hold it in its position that you're going to adjust it to. So we'll put a little bit right there, a little bit right there, okay? Now, we'll set this aside here for a minute. Take your rag, do the same thing you did for your hinges, okay? I'm going to actually take my lock tabs and I'm going to put them in like this. And then I'm going to let that just kind of go in and out of that rung right there, okay? Like this. Just work that in and out with your end dust on there and then pull that out and then wipe that off really well. Okay? Sometimes these get a little sticky. If you're extending it into an extension style ladder that the Little Giant goes into, sometimes those lock tabs get a little sticky. And so it's nice to spray a little bit of that on there so that it goes in and out, so that when you get it in there like this, you can lift it up and it locks in really nice. Okay, we'll work that in and out, bring those out, and we'll clean them off, just like this right here. And again, as you're doing this, make sure you look at any other parts of the ladder that might show a little resemblance of the end dust on there. You want to wipe that off, just to have a nice clean work surface, kind of like anything else you do. Okay, now I've cleaned both the inner and the outer channel with my second rag here. Okay, you notice I've still got a little bit of that gray on there from the aluminum. That's okay. I'll clean these out. I'll work those in and out like that, and then clean them off just a little bit more. Safety's the thing here. You can't say enough about safety, right? So the best thing to do is to make sure that you have a safe, clean working environment, okay? Now here's the test. I'm going to take and pull these lock tabs out, and I'm going to let this Little Giant lean back, and we're going to see how well we've lubricated this ladder to see how far that outer channel slides down. Okay, well, don't go that far, but hey, that gives you an idea that this Little Giant ladder is ready to go. Let's try this other side. Let's pull this back. I won't let it slide off this time. Okay, isn't that nice? Does yours do that? It will once you get done cleaning it and lubricating it with the end dust. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share with everybody. And of all things, make sure you make a nice comment at the bottom. Any questions or anything I can answer, put those down below just the same. I'm Mark V. Dub, Gardening Gone Wild at the Little Giant Ladder World Corporation here in Utah. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.